I'm C. Jerome Woods, the founding director for the Black LGBT Collection, or Project as we call it. And I started collecting because I had an interest in my life, my people, and my culture. In particular, I knew early on that I was a gay man, for want of another name, and I just knew that my family loved me and pushed me and encouraged me to be myself, and I wanted items and materials to reflect that. I was young, so I didn't understand all that was there or might not have been there. So when I got the opportunity to read or discover something that might be in print, whether it was a photographic image or something else, I started to house it and keep it and let it be sort of a memory for a particular time in my life and growing up. Not knowing how long it would be or how extensive it would grow to or just how full the purpose would be.
How did you begin to create an archive, something that told a story?
Well, I saw that there was a need in that the late 20th century and on into the 21st century, many of the people I knew actually moved away to be themselves, or the people that were out that were so politically involved and had an agenda that was in community but often on the outskirts of the perimeter of LGBTQ, on the perimeter of the Black community. And I felt many of the items that were insignificant to them were significant to me, and that they will give more of a storyline or a timeline to what was happening. Prior to the 1980s, I felt it was just important to be whom you were, and there were so many bad records or indications of what LGBT life or gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender life was, with arrest of folk, with the calling of names and folk losing their jobs. But I saw the positive part.
And then can you tell us about the project now and what you envision for the future?
At this very moment, I'm in process of working with some students that help digitize the material that I have, and one of them is Trevor Ellison. We've constructed a letter so that I can find a place where I can work from, not just house the materials, but where I can actually work from, where I can get phone calls, where folk can go to the website, where I can receive items that folk might bring. In addition to that, I'm actually looking forward to collecting even more materials, but I'm looking forward to getting things from several locations where they've never been digitized. My home in West Adams, the garage has much more material than I can even imagine. Part of my mission is to share more of it with more people. I need to do that more often, and folk are asking me to help get the material out and have it available for schools, for universities, and for lay people, whether they're parents or children or folk that are trying to find their way.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your collection of photographs and items from At the Beach and why it's so significant?
Well, in Los Angeles, for a very long time, there were sort of underground groups going from early history and places like Brothers, which actually had folk that were gay, lesbian, and none. Heterosexuals were there as well, and that was a good blend, and there were many ethnicities, and it was put together by two Black gay men. And they worked in the neighborhood and in the community, but also they had this place, and it's mentioned in several pieces of literature, including Dorothy Dandridge's book and others, and that was sort of motivational for At the Beach, which later became Pride and Promote. At the Beach was where a group of Black men decided they wanted to get together and have a social group where it wasn't politically oriented, where it wasn't with a specific agenda other than to have fun and be free and share in the beauty, all that it was of each other. And I see it as something that I was probably destined to do.